For all your action figure needs, check out Big Bad Toy Store for action figures ranging from wrestling to movies to video games to superheroes and much more. Link is in the description below. Hey guys, welcome to Figure Friday. Today we will be going over the Hitman Absolution Play Arts action figure of the one and only Agent 47 from the pretty popular Hitman series. This was a figure that I was so anxious to get that I actually opened mine already, so when I show you the rest of the box it will be empty, but I'll show you him afterward. So let's take a look inside. So what's nice about the package here is that it has an open door flap to display the figure with a window. And when you normally open it, you'll see 47 here, along with his silver baller pistols, an interchangeable left hand, and his popular sniper rifle. On this side of the box, here, is a bio about the company he works for, the ICA, along with himself, codename Agent 47. So that's just some cool facts about both things if you're not as familiar with the series, although I'm not sure why you would buy this figure if you did not know who he was. So if you're a fan of the series like I am, you'd really like this figure. Alright, let's take a look at the side of the box. On this side of the box, you can see the Hitman logo up here, along with the Hitman Absolution logo down here and the Play Arts logo. There's a pretty cool gradient design that makes it more interesting to look at the box. Let's take a look at the back. On the back of the box you can see many different poses of 47. Him standing here with a sniper rifle, him in an alleyway with his silver ballers, him with his sniper rifle here, and him in his famous crouching pose with his sniper. The rest of the box is a bunch of information in another language. I'm not exactly sure what it says, so I can't exactly explain that to you, but it's pretty nice that on the back of the box it shows you the different possibilities with the figure. And on the other side of the box we have the Hitman Absolution logo, the Play Arts logo, and Agent 47 himself with his dual silver ballers. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. Here we have Agent 47 out of the box with his two famous silver baller pistols. Let's take a look at him up close. First, looking at his head scan, I'd say it looks pretty much just like him. They did a really nice job on him, and what's really neat is that they actually put shading on the sides of his head and under his eyes to really give him that dark tone and feel that you really sense throughout the Absolution video game. Let's go now to look at his suit. First, looking at him, his shoulders. He has ball jointed shoulders, which are really cool. So you could really pose him well. And they actually created these flaps in his suit. So don't panic if you get anything to rip. It actually helps pose him and makes it less restricting for posing and stuff like that. So it's really cool. They have it on both sides, as you can see. But what's also really nice is that he has ball jointed elbows, and you could hear it clicking and things like that because it's really poseable. So you could actually pose him well without having to worry about it being too flimsy because it clicks. So that's a really nice feature on this figure. Same with his wrists. He has ball jointed wrists, so you could do some wacky poses with his wrists. I don't know why he'd pose them like that. Just kind of looks like his hand's broken, but it's pretty cool. So definitely lots of posability there, and that's on both arms. You can do that, both elbows, wrists, and so on. Now going to look at his tie. He has his tie clip along with his dress shirt and some really nice chest articulation that is a little hard to bend, but it works for the most part, so it's nice. I don't really use it that much, but if you needed to, it's there. What's cool about his waist is that he has a ball jointed waist, so he can do some pretty realistic poses that way. So that's nice. You can dance like this. Alright, now looking at his waist and his legs. He has ball jointed legs, which are really nice, so you could really make him posable. You can kind of make him do the splits. I don't know why you'd make 47 do the splits, since he isn't the happiest guy, so that wouldn't be something I would make him do. So, but you can if you really wanted to. But there's really a lot of posability with this figure, which is really nice. One of the neatest features on this figure is the knees, where he actually has hidden joints within his knees that give him that extra movability. So it's really nice. Just move his arm there. So he has like triple jointed knees, kind of like we actually do. So it's really neat that they went the extra route to make him as realistically posable as possible. So he has that on both legs, which is really cool. Now going down to his shoes, his ankles are even ball jointed, and they click as well, so you could really pose him that way on both feet. And then another kind of neat feature is that you could actually twist his toes. I don't really know why you'd need to do that, but I guess if there's a specific pose where you needed to turn his foot a certain way, you have that ability. So that's pretty cool. And then one of the other neat features on 47 is on the back of his head. They actually have his barcode and the numbers underneath, so that is really cool that they went the extra route to actually put the numbers as well as the barcode on his head. And he has a really nice ball jointed head that's really posable, so you can kind of see the ball joint in there. So overall, this figure is really awesome. Definitely one of my favorite figures I own, and he's by far probably my favorite video game character, I would say, as well. So for anybody who is a fan of Agent 47, I highly recommend getting this figure. It is by far probably the nicest figure of him that I imagine we will ever see, but who knows, since they're making another movie and another video game, I believe there might be more merchandise down the road. But for right now, this is an awesome figure to have. And before we wrap up, I'm going to show you his sniper rifle along with his interchangeable hand. Alright, so up first, here we have his sniper rifle. I believe it's the Kazo Trig. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But this is one of the sniper rifles you could use in the game. It's very nicely detailed to the scope and all the detail within the barrel of the gun and the body and so on. So it's really nice. The only thing that I noticed is that it's actually really fragile on the rod. So I actually had to super glue mine because it broke while I was trying to pose him. So be very, very careful with the sniper, but you can see the detail even with the hole in the silencer and things like that, or the barrel, whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not a gun guy, so I don't know all the parts, but it's just a really nice piece to display him with if you want to put him in his signature pose. So I'll show you the back end here. So there's just lots of detail even towards the top by the scope, so it's really cool. And lastly, here is his interchangeable left hand. So I've never tried it because I don't really feel the need to change his hand. And I don't want to break him since he's probably one of my favorite figures I own. So just be careful. All these figures are really expensive, so you want to be as careful with them as possible. Yeah, going back, here is the man himself, Agent 47, with his sniper and his interchangeable hand. Now you can get 47 at BigBadToyStore.com. You can't find him in stores, so that is the best place to get him. And it's a really, really nice piece to have in your collection if you're a fan of the series, so I highly recommend it. And even if you haven't played the video games, I definitely recommend the new one. You might be a tiny bit lost in the story, but even if you're new to the series, the new one will really introduce you to a really awesome game. It's really well done. Very, very dark, so that's why I like it a lot. So that's my review on Agent 47. Look for a new review on Figure Friday. next week, and be sure to like the Facebook page to be able to vote on upcoming reviews, and much more. Thanks, see you next week!